It's April 9th, 2019, and this is your 5 minutes of crypto. So I'm on coinmarketcap.com right now and I'm taking a look at Bitcoin's price. It's currently sitting at $5,198.11, which is actually down 1.44% on the day. Even though it's down, I think the price has been holding relatively stable around $5,200. We've seen it hover around 5,100, 5,300, 5,200 over the past week since it spiked on April 1st. So even if you look at the chart here on the right, it looks relatively stable, although there's a pattern of a slight uptrend. So hopefully it can break that resistance that's at around $5,300 and maybe we'll see it, reach higher highs in 2019. Other than Bitcoin, we can see Ethereum is currently sitting at $175.90, which is down 2.34% on the day. And similarly to Bitcoin, the price has been relatively stable and seems like it's on a slight uptrend over the last week. So let's take a look at what's making news in the cryptocurrency space. And I'll start with this article here first. It's actually by CoinDesk. And it says lawmakers reintroduce a bill to exempt crypto tokens from US securities laws. So the bill they're talking about is the Token Taxonomy Act. This was previously introduced last year. And last year they focused more on ICOs, I suppose, and they were focused on defining what kind of assets would be classified as securities that could be sold in the US. And now they're modifying this to add, tokens that aren't really that that exist but haven't raised money through fundraising activities. So this should help overall, clear up the definition of tokens in the US. And see here in this statement, it says it remains unclear how cryptocurrencies that are not being used for fundraising might be classified. That's why this law is important. So hopefully this will clear up things in the U.S. and pave a way for tokens to be not classified as securities, so they're easier to trade there. So the next article I want to take a look at that's making news in the crypto space today is this one, which says China wants to ban Bitcoin mining. So we all know every time Bitcoin starts rising, it happened in 2017, it happened in 2018. Every time we get that slight uptrend, China always comes in and bans something, right? It's just something that always happens. And if you remember in 2017, every time China said, "Oh, we're banning ICOs, we're banning exchanges, we're banning whatever else they were banning related to crypto," the price of Bitcoin would get hit hard and the rest of the cryptocurrency market would follow suit, right? And we would fall like several $1,000s. And here's China back at it again, and this time they want to ban the one thing that's left in China that that's related to cryptocurrency that's allowed, and that's Bitcoin mining. And the reason why a lot of miners mine in China is because they have extremely cheap electricity. So I'm not sure that this the reason that caused a slight drop today, because it's a very minimal drop. So if anything, the market's not reacting to this news as much. And well, it's not officially banned yet, so I think here it's saying they did not stipulate a target date, and the public still has until May 7th to comment on the draft. So this might not get passed. But even if it does, I was looking at another article here, which I'll show next, which says the China Bitcoin mining ban could actually send prices soaring. And the reason is because so here, like the eToro market analyst, Maddie Greenspan, said that it's more likely to push Bitcoin prices up rather than down. And that's because the loss of cheap Chinese electricity would actually raise the mining cost, which would actually cause miners to charge more for transaction fees, which would cause a higher increase on the price of Bitcoin. Okay, so I'm going to move on from China banning Bitcoin because we've seen that happen enough times. And then I'm going to take a look at this as my last article. Basically, it's an article that says that the true US dollar coin, which is a stable coin, had an audit done that actually shows it's fully backed by US dollars. So it showed that there was about 199 million 63,885 US dollars held in escrow, but the circulating supply was 198,982,291. So they're actually holding more money, more US dollar in escrow for the amount of US dollar tether that I mean true US dollar that's actually circulating. And this is you know, this is good news because we all know Tether was claiming for a long time that they held exactly the same amount of US dollars as the amount of circulating Tether, but then they came back and they changed their statement saying that, you know, every Tether is backed by their reserves, not just the US dollars, and the reserves include currency, cash equivalents, and other assets. So that wasn't such great news, but hopefully it is backed by the right amount of money that's in circulation, but time will tell. So beware of US dollar Tether if some of you guys use that. Although it is the most liquid stable coin right now, but I've seen like other coins starting to pick up the pace.